Good morning, Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's wonderful to see people who are here, and it's wonderful to welcome the people who are online, whether they're watching at the same time or whether you're watching it later. So welcome, and we hope that this is a good spiritual experience for you, that it's an experience that you wanted this morning and that you get what you want out of this. I have a couple reminders, of course. Please put away or turn off anything that might distract you or other people from our time together. And then if you are joining us on Facebook or on YouTube, you can click on the icon for closed captioning, and that will help if you have any trouble at all hearing our service. And now it is my pleasure to welcome Susan Clark to lead us in our opening song. Susan.
Thank you, Marilyn. Could you stand if you feel like it? It's kind of a sleepy vibe. Getting ready for fall. To the plants in the room, sing to the universe. You are the face of God, you are the face of God. I hold you in my heart, I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me, you are a part of me. You are the face of God, you are the face of God again. You are the repeat, you are the face of God. 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 You are the face of God.
Good morning and welcome to Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living. Are we happy we're here? Oh, there we go. All right. Well, I'm Gil Olmsted, and I'm the spiritual director, and that gives me certain privileges. I haven't discovered what they are yet, but there are some. Thank you, Susan, for playing. That was beautiful. Thank you for bringing that to our attention first thing. And I'm going to in advance thank Hilda and Shimon and Bob, who will all be coming forward later for our special music. So, that's very exciting. I also want to lift up practitioners that are doing some special duties today. We have Marilyn O'Leary, who is going to be our pulpit assistant, meaning she will offer our vision and mission statement, and she'll do a reading. And we also have, where'd she go? There he is, Chris Duvall, and apparently Chico, too, will be leading us in the evocation and the benediction today. So, in addition to those folks, we have our folks in the camera booth, and we have folks in the sound booth, and we have people who have been making coffee in the other room. Look at that, and there's Gil right now running out of the bookstore. So we have people everywhere doing things, and I just want to thank everyone. That's how we make it happen here, is because we all chip in and do our part. Because the face of God shows up in every department, if you will. So I'm going to invite Chris to come forward, Chris Duvall, and lead us in our evocation.
And Chico.
And Chico.
Since you invited me. So I know that there is just one life. And that life is love. It is light. It just is throughout all the interpenetrating realms of existence. And it is in, as in, through each and every expression of itself. Whether we be human or animal or vegetable or mineral, God is in, as in, through us expressing. And we are gifted with love. We are gifted with light. We are gifted with talent and passion and purpose. And I am so grateful for this community, because it seems to me that this community in particular is so embracing of that light and that love and that gift that each of us has to share. And I know that that is also apparent in this service today. And so I bless the speaking, I bless the listening, I bless the singing and the playing and the teching and all that is happening here, flowing perfectly in divine order. And I know it is good. And I just allow it to be. And let's say together, and so it is.
So we have some basic things that we understand together, and I just want to touch on them really quick here this morning. First of all, we believe that there is only one God. Now, that may have been confusing with the song previously sung, but it's not, because we're all the face of the same one, just in different iterations, if you will. And we know that thought is creative, meaning that how we believe our world is to be is what we can eventually create in it. So when we start going sideways with that and forgetting that there's only one and that there isn't us and them and all those things, we have to come back and reform it. Come back to the basic principles that there is only one. And there is love everywhere, whether it appears to be an expression of love or a call for love. That's all it is love. And we know that because that is what spirit is. This one energy out of love for itself has created all of this. And finally, a word some of us fight with, perfection. Each one of us is whole, perfect, and complete, right where we are. So we continue to walk toward that space of being the perfect expression of that perfection. At least that's my journey. So thank you. We're grateful to have everyone here this morning. It is indeed a good morning. Who's enjoying the fact that it's a little bit cooler? Yeah. Kind of nice, huh? We had a little rain last couple days. That was nice.
Consider 90 degrees cooler.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I know. And you're exactly right, Jackie, because my... Jess, I'm sorry. Why do I say Jackie all the time? You should change your name. Jess. Oh, that's right. There it is. Jackie's over there. Okay, thank you. See, now I know why. We have, I was on the phone with my wife, and I said exactly that. She said, well, how warm is it there? I said, oh, it's only 90. So, yeah, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? So we'd like to take this opportunity to welcome everyone with us this morning, whether you're online, whether you're in the building, and just say, we're grateful you're here. So if you're with us for the first time or the second time online, let us know. Go and fill out a little information, type into the chat, let us know you're here. If you're with us in the building and this is your first or second time, we would love to just greet you. If you like to identify yourself, we just say thank you so much for being here. And what we're going to do is we're going to bless everyone, including anyone who is here perhaps for visiting with us for the first time. So we're going to put our hands together, going to drum up a little energy, and then we're going to hold our hands out so that we reach out to others in the room, and we say these words because we know they're true. We see you. We see you. We know who you really are. We know who you really are. You are a divine expression of spirit. You are a divine expression of spirit. You are perfect love manifest. God bless you and thank you for being here today. God bless you and thank you for being here today. Welcome to Rio Grande.
So please, let's read our vision and our mission. Our vision is transforming our world with the power of love in action. And our mission is loving all creation through spiritual growth and service, always staying true to our highest self. I love that. And so the reading I have today is from That's good is this thing called You. Maybe I used that last week. So anyway, I'm going to read about a page and a half here. God is not only an infinite presence, the Spirit is also an indwelling reality. The silent whisperings of this inner presence come to each as a divine revelation, an inner communion of the individual spirit with the oversoul, that vast and invisible presence in which we live, move, and have our being. The Upanishads inform us that by the knowledge of God, the bonds of ignorance and unhappiness are destroyed. The Talmud says, "Pray not that sinners may perish, but that the sin itself may disappear." This means that evil has no existence in itself. For if we persist in seeing the true rather than the false, then the false will disappear and the true will make its appearance. In the midst of confusion, there is a place of peace. In the midst of sorrow, the joy of life persists. The science of mind teaches us to look for good instead of evil, to praise and not condemn, to bless and curse not, to live each day as though the Spirit were guiding us, to have a firm conviction that we are counseled by divine wisdom and protected by infinite love. We should at all times sense this overshadowing presence and have implicit confidence in its direction. No matter what the doubts and fears of yesterday were, the affirmations of today may rise triumphant over them. If we persist in seeing beauty, beauty will appear. Let us no longer weep over the mistakes of yesterday. This is futile. We must learn to forgive ourselves, even as we forgive others. Let us remember that each day is a fresh beginning. Every day is the world made new. It makes no difference how unhappy or fearful we may have been in the past. Today presents itself with a new opportunity. Today we may start life afresh. Thus, hope overcomes despair, faith vanquishes fear, and defeat is swallowed up in victory. Yeah. Thank you. And now we have more music from Susan, followed by our talk by Reverend Gibb.
So I'm going to introduce Hilda Kirshner. I hope I'm saying that correctly. A lot of you know her. She's here a lot, and what you may not know is that she sings around town quite a bit with a little jazz combo. Hilda, you have any gigs coming up, or
not for a while.
Not for a while.
Not till October.
Yeah.
But we're working on a new band. We got a new keyboardist who just came on board a couple of weeks ago, and I think a new guitarist as well. So
How about that?
we're working on getting our band together.
All right. And we have Bob Cremont and Shimon King over here, and here we go. You guys ready?
When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens a magic lane. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. 1, 2, 3, 4. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue,
Skies are blue.
and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly,
Birds they fly.
birds fly over the rainbow. Why then can I? A hopeless jumble, and the raindrops tumble around. Heaven opens a magic lane. If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I? Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you all so much. Wow. That was some serious harmony. Thank you. Transported us to a whole another place. You ever want to just be transported to that other place? Magically get there? Me too. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it works that way. So our title today is Passionately Living Your Purpose Out Loud. And I'm pretty sure what happened was somebody took all the ideas of the month and crammed them into one title. That's what it came down to. So I had to kind of say, okay, what are we talking about here? And I came to what is passionate purpose, and I have a definition of a meaningful intention or goal pursued with intense enthusiasm, dedication, and interest. Enthusiasm, dedication, and interest. And we're pursuing our purpose, right? Right, yeah. Look at all these enthusiastic, dedicated faces. I can only imagine how it looks out there. Wow. Does it ever feel like you're like, yeah, that sounds great. How do I get there? What is that about? How do I show up in that space? So what became evident to me in thinking this through is that there's a pathway to that passionate place. However, I find it to be not what I expected it to be. It's not the way I thought. I mean, isn't passion about a feeling? It's about this place in you that just is so excited and happy and wants to dive in, wants to work, wants to create, wants to do, because it so sees the vision, right? That's just that. And we all feel like that like 90% of the time, right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, somehow we have to figure out how to be in that game, to love that game, to really be a part of it. And I think that it's easy to stop playing the game. It's easy to just let it go because it seems hard. It seems hard to keep up that kind of energy, to keep that kind of interest. And sometimes there's the pain and the uncertainty of whatever's going on in this purposeful section of your life. You're not sure how people really are receiving what you're doing. You're not sure if it's the right thing. You're not sure if it's appreciated. And then we run into the fears. And for me, the fears are the things that I'm constantly trying to push away, constantly trying to push back. The fear that, really, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing what I should do. This is my thing over here, but I'm not showing up. The fear that I'm not really leading anyone, I'm just trying to keep up. Right? When I was in high school, what was the name of that position? Anyway, the marching band leader had a T-shirt that said, I must hurry and catch the others, for I am their leader. Always makes me think of that. And then there's that fear that, one day people will realize that I really don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm clueless, right? And if you're like me, when those fears show up, my passion disappears. It goes away. I don't have that drive, that feeling anymore of commitment and excitement and wanting to be a part. So what do I do? What do you do? What do we do when that happens? Or what do we do for that not to happen? Maybe that's even a better thing to ask. Well, this is where I believe, our teaching, our New Thought community really speaks. And it's completely counterintuitive for me. Because the word I'm going to say is practice. It's spiritual practice. And spiritual practice is boring. right? Sitting by myself, meditating, reading, writing in my journal to let my thoughts out. That is not what my purpose is. That's not where my excitement lies. That's not what makes me really happy. Is it? Well, I bet for many of us that's the case. And yet, that's the place that brings me to the spot where I can be passionate, because I have the grounding to know. So, Sangram Lama, this woman, says there's 5 things you must do every day to live passionately. Number 1, wake up early. Doesn't that make you feel passionate? Oh boy, that really does me well. Whew. And once you wake up, exercise. Yeah, let's go. All right. And after that, you got to meditate. And then you got to read. And you've got to write. Well, why? Why? What are these things? What are we doing when we're getting up early, for instance? Greeting the day. We're greeting the day. It's a level of discipline, getting ourselves to do something. I know that can be a tough spot. Just getting moving. It's quiet. It's an opportunity to be fully present to something without all the other distractions happening. Exercise. We move our bodies. Why? Because our bodies support the energy flow. And when we stay, if we stay sedentary, that's the word I'm looking for, we stay sedentary, I can say that I get incredibly tired. I get tired, I get depressed, I don't want to go outside because, and it doesn't even make sense. But if I don't move in the first place, then it gets harder and harder to move. Meditation. What is meditation? But listening. What is it but listening? Opening up to what's coming through, allowing whatever's in my mind to go, allowing it to be what it is, and listen. And see where Spirit is. What's Spirit saying to me? And how many of us read? Okay, there you go. There's some hands. All right. Some people read. That's good. Why do we read things? Why do we want to know what other people say? Because I only know a little. I only know a little. I only know my perspective. And so when I read, I get these other perspectives. I get the opportunity to dive into something and ask more questions because I have somebody speaking to me about that. It opens my mind to things that I didn't think about before. It opens up possibilities that I didn't think about before. And it trains my mind to listen and to be open. And then we get the chance to write. What is it that we write? Why do we write? Why do we need to express ourselves? Because that allows the processing of whatever that reading, that meditation, whatever that stuff has been, we can process it out, we can let it out. We can also discover that we have something to say. There's something within us that we didn't recognize. And so we can put that out. And so these 5 things that sound rather mundane on the surface are simply forms of spiritual practice. They're taking the time to be in touch with the larger world, the larger presence of Spirit. And somehow through that, I believe we find our passion. Because then things are sparked. Things happen. Ideas show up. The energy in our bodies is improved. And so we're ready to go. So I didn't like this talk at all. Because it's so counterintuitive for me. It just, why is it that I have to go to the very most basic things that seem so rote in a certain way in order to get my feeling of enthusiasm and passion? See, how do those two go together? But my feeling of joy and passion is grounded in when I'm doing well with myself. And that's what those basics are, is how do I do well with myself? How can I be present to what God is saying to me and through me and as me if I'm not taking a little time to do that? So in Forbes magazine in May of this year, said cultivating a hunger to absorb, learn, and grow as much as you possibly can is how you keep feeding your passion, so you can see it through to actualization. Stick to your blueprint, build a solid foundation, and then keep building and improving. Cultivating a hunger to learn, to absorb. And that's what we're doing. We're doing these basic things. We're cultivating this space within us which wants to be all that it can be. Because we can listen and we can hear new ideas and we can see the ideas and we can see the growth within ourselves that's coming forth. So several months ago, Reverend Tammy Lambert was speaking from this stage, and she said, and I don't remember exactly if this was her words or her title, but it was something like, what if it all did work out? What if it all did work out? And I think the thing that I got was, if I just did my piece, maybe it could all work out. If I just did the simple thing, the basic thing, I could find the way to live my purpose out loud. Because living my purpose out loud isn't trying to go out there and make as much noise as I can so that everyone can see that I'm living my purpose out loud. The idea is for me to be clear about what it is that I'm doing and to go with enthusiasm for whatever it is and however it shows up. And when I do that, I engage and invite and create the space for others to do the same. I have to be in the practice of possibility in my life. And I can't be passionately living if I'm not connected to the divine source of passion. And so I have to find a way to stay connected. So sometimes I think of that passion as some kind of, it's an unknowable thing. It's just this great feeling that shows up and we go, wow, that's so great. What if it's not? What if it's something we can cultivate? What if it's really quite doable to bring passion into our lives? What if that great, wonderful feeling actually requires some level of discipline? Oh, man. That's a word I fight with. Because everything should be great and fun and flowing. Why do I need to be disciplined? Well, at some level, that idea of discipline is just funneling myself into places where I can do some basic things which keep me moving. I can't become that guitar player that Bob is by looking at my guitar in the living room. Which, by the way, Bob, if you came to my house, you would see that I could do that. I could sit and stare at my guitar in my living room. My wife graciously got me a nice stand so I could do that. But it doesn't do me any good. And for me to think about sitting up here and playing that little solo behind that particular song just a few minutes ago, that's passion. Sitting in my living room going, how do you do this? That's discipline. And that's the part that allows me to get to the next piece. So, what's our challenge today? Our challenge is to cultivate our passion. Our challenge is not necessarily to take every one of those 5 steps I said and do them exactly as I said, but it is to take the idea of those 5 steps and to create our discipline, which allows us to continue to grow, which allows us to continue to be anchored, which allows us on the days when we feel great to really sit down and be in the Spirit. And on the days when we feel like crud, to sit down and be with Spirit and to allow it to renew us. So the challenge is, wake up early. Wake up, I think, is the most important part of that. Wake up. Move our bodies. Exercise. Find the space in our lives where we move. Find the space in our lives where we listen and we meditate. And where we open up to all of the incredible knowledge and insight that exists in the world through reading or listening to books or for studying. And to find the place where we allow ourselves to express and to process what's coming through us. Write it down. Have a journal. Have Have a thing on your phone where you type in a little thing. Have a, whatever it is. Put your words out there. And I think that that challenge could serve us incredibly as individuals and as a community. And that our passion for living our purpose out loud would shift immensely. And I say this from my own perspective. I'm challenging you because I get to take you with me. But it's not necessarily because I thought y'all needed to go there. It's because I know that's what I need to do. So I'm inviting you with me to go on this journey and to open up, to take that simple thing, to take that very mundane sliver of discipline for your day and allow it to power your purpose. Are you with me? Yes. All right. All right. Whew. Well, let's take that and let's just seal it in prayer right now and just hold it and invite the practitioners to circle the room and just symbolically anchor that idea that Spirit is always holding us, always there, whether or not we're in the space of being in our discipline or not. Spirit is there. So I take this moment right here and right now to be in great gratitude for what has come forth, for what is, for Spirit's presence, for the life of Spirit that has chosen to reveal itself as me and as each one in this room, on this virtual connection, that we are all expressing the one. There is nothing that stands between us and anything or anyone else. And if there's anything there, we simply allow it to go. Anything that would stop us, any fear, we let that go right now. Any confusion, we let that go right now. And we know that there is only one thing. And that somehow in the midst of all that is happening, Spirit stands firm. And so I just lift up all of those persons who are dealing right now face to face with the pain of how life changes sometimes, how things how things seem out of order. And we stand and we know the truth that there is only Spirit in the midst of racial anger, disharmony, and of the shooting yesterday. And we find the way to anchor into our discipline that allows us to passionately move through to our purpose of loving the world, of blessing the world, of bringing forth some kind of peace and harmony. For the people that get stabbed and beaten because they went to a sporting event. We just hold that there is more. There is more than what we see. And that somehow in all of this, the perfection of life is being revealed. And even as we witnessed on Friday, as people celebrated the life of Miklo, there was such a vision of gratitude for this life, which seemed very short and yet brought so much. And so right now I declare that we find the way to celebrate and to embrace all of life that's happening in front of us, all of life that's happening within us, all this life that's happening around us, with gratitude, without expectation that it's all going to be the same, but with the knowingness that this gift is here right now. And I celebrate it. And so I'm just knowing that each one of us in this room goes from this place today, and we bless the world. Because we have chosen to allow ourselves to be in a place of passion, allowed ourselves to be in a place of loving. And we've relinquished the privilege of stopping ourselves. So as we relinquish that privilege, we embrace the joy that comes from the passion. So it's with great and abundant gratitude that I just allow this word to be what it is. Allow that this word has been spoken through me and as me, not by me. And to trust that it is already done, already complete. And so it is. Thank you so much. We're going to take a few moments now and allow that which has come forth through us and as us, and we're going to share that with one another in a symbolic way. Each of us has shared our gifts in many different ways. And so right now we're going to share from our knowingness of the abundance of the universe. I am abundant, and I give from my abundance. I am prosperous, and I give from my prosperity. I am blessed, and I give from my blessings. My blessings of spirit are as abundant as the stars, and so I give and receive generously, and so it is. Thank you.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing way up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the cattle are standing like statues. All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me walk by, but a little brown maverick, she's winking her eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. What a beautiful day.
Beautiful, beautiful day.
I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way.
She told you about the bookstore. I didn't know that, so as long as we don't encourage anyone to go to oh good, we have a nice short list. Practices, there it is. Okay. Okay. Thank
Sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy it don't miss a tree. I don't know even whether she's laughing at me. Yeah. What a beautiful morning.
Beautiful morning.
Oh, what a beautiful
It's a
day.
beautiful,
Don't you know
beautiful
that?
day.
I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful day. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Hilda.
Everything's going my way. The universe is always conspiring for our good. Indeed. So, as a community and as individuals, we just bless what's in this basket, both of them. We bless whatever has been given online throughout the week, throughout the month. We bless all those who have been giving of their time and their love and their grace this morning and every day. So many things happening each day of the week. And I just know that we take all of this energy, whether it be in the form of activity or money or talent, and know that it is blessing this community. And it is allowing this community to bless well beyond any walls that may exist. So we anchor this gratitude in this prayer and just know that it is all good. And we accept it and we take it to new heights by cycling it through, by circulating the love, by moving it forward and giving it back out. So I give thanks and allow it to be. So it is.
So it is.
I'll go. So we would like to make sure that everyone knows that we have opportunities for prayer after service. Why do we do that? Because sometimes you just got to have a little prayer. That's why. So, in our prayer garden over here, you'll find some practitioners after service, happy to sit with you, hear your request, and pray with you, whatever that request is. So, please take advantage of that. Otherwise, practitioners get lonely. For those of you online, you can request prayer through the website. There's a prayer form on there, and then that prayer is then shared with the practitioners and prayed over during the week. There's also I think there's prayer cards in the backs of the chairs, and there's a chest in the back table where you can drop a prayer in if that's what you'd like to do. So there's all kinds of ways to invite the community to support us, particularly in prayer. I'm sorry, I'm trying to see if there's something else I'm supposed to say. All right, so we're coming close to the end of our service today, and so we just want to thank everyone for being here. It's a joy that this doesn't happen except that we happen. So it couldn't have happened a different way this morning, and I really appreciate you all participating in that. So, we're going to have some announcements from Tamara Williams. We're going to have a benediction from Chris, and we're going to have a closing song, I'm hoping, from the whole gang. I'm not sure. Oh, no, just part of the gang. Okay, from Susan. See? At any rate, blessings. Tamara, where'd you go? There she is. Come on up.
I actually restrained myself from bounding up here like our previous announcement guy did, by Dr. Norm, and just wanted to greet everybody and thank you all for participating in and hosting this wonderful service, especially our music. Our inspirational music is just wonderful. So the announcements today are 5. And the first one is that we've got good news from the board. This week we raised close to $18,000 in donations as of August 21st. And of course by now we've got more money bringing in, thanks to all of your generosity. And we will definitely make the slightly under $19,000 expenses for August. But we're also asking everybody to keep on stepping up, keep on donating, keep on giving of your hearts and your pocketbooks. We've got a strategic vision team meeting tomorrow night to streamline operations and activities. Also a reminder that we've got spiritual principles and practices. Reverend Karmatara is teaching that starting this Wednesday. So if you haven't signed up yet, please take the opportunity to do so. Kamatara will help you with registration. And it does increase in fees starting the first Wednesday, so now is a perfect time to get your discount. There's 2 more announcements, and for those 2 more announcements, I'm going to bring special people up here. Lisa Kerr is going to talk about the fun we're going to have at the Labor Day picnic, and after that, we're going to pull Liz up here to talk about the bookstore. She asked me to pull her up here, so after Lisa, I want you to all visualize pulling Liz up here, okay? Thank you all.
That's you.
Hello, I'm Lisa Kerr. I'm a practitioner here at the Rio Grande Center for Spiritual Living, and my ministry is fun. And so I would like to invite you all to come to our community picnic, which is going to be on Labor Day at the Elena Gallegos open space area. And we will have, that's how I find my passion. I get outside, get in the mountains, and add to that listening to music and being with the community that I love, and that's what makes it happen. Sign-up sheets are in the back, and I'm also putting up a sign-up sheet for volleyball. So there are people that want to play, and there's a volleyball net and volleyball. So thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We got the new Spirit Science of Mind magazine out. This is a September, but if you look on the back, October's there as well. So it's set up one way,
issue.
upside down the other way. And I found 2 readings, one for September, which is love people out loud, even if you don't think it needs to be said. tell them often. The other one was October. Lost it. Treat people as if they were what they should be, and you help them become what they are capable of becoming. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, let's close the service by just thanking Spirit for being present here and flowing so beautifully throughout this service. The eloquence and inspiration and harmony and joy and participation. I love the way Reverend Gill has a way of bringing out that talking back from the congregation or talking to and letting that become part of his presentation. And I loved the feeling of family here this morning, the feeling of connection, the feeling of joy in the midst of recognition of difficulties and challenges and loss. Somehow we're able to hold both, to honor the experiences of grief, to honor the experiences of difficulty, but at the same time to see through to joy, to see through to truth, and let that lead us forward. And so I give thanks again for this service, for all the participation. And I know that as we go forward into this week, we are lifted and we are supported, and we have people we can call. We can call each other, we can call our family if we need each other. So thank you, God. Thank you again for being here, for being so lively and lovely. And I release this beautiful time into the week ahead. And so it is.
So it is.
Look at that. All I had to do is that, and look at you. Look at that. Man, I feel pretty powerful now. Let's see. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. We're going to keep this song as our closing song for a couple more weeks, and just so you can really learn it. It's by David Roth. Here we go. I stand for love. I stand for peace. I stand for joy and for release. For what is beautiful and true. I stand for hope. I stand for you. So I will move and I will climb that mountain one step at a time. I won't be swayed. I will not stop until we've made it to the top. Where we will stand for love and peace. We'll stand for joy and for release. For what is beautiful and true. We'll stand for hope. We'll stand for you. For what is beautiful and true. I stand for hope. I stand for you. I stand for hope. I stand for you. Thank you. Happy Sunday.